Hi, this is PinkFusion. I'm Sean Rogers, and this is Leslie Malden.
Hi.
Hi. We come to you today with lots going on in the world. And first of all, we hope that you had a great Thanksgiving, and we hope that all of the wonderful memories of family and time with your family has been wonderful. So, we had a good time, and today we come today with first of all hearing that Stephen Sondheim had passed away, and Stephen Sondheim is one of those composers that, especially with Leslie and I in our lives, I never had a chance to meet the man, but his music has such a huge impact on my own music and my own arranging and my own life experiences too. That it's a few people like Frank Sinatra, but especially Leonard Bernstein, and with Stephen Sondheim, the death can really hit us hard. There are times when I listen to Stephen Sondheim's music, and it's like the melodies are those things that would get me through hard times. Yeah. And his music is something that I think that lifted the world, lifted people up, and brought them into just a different place. His artistry, everything. And he was a master at knowing about human relationships. And so he had a lot to teach the world. So we mourn, but also celebrate his life and mourn his passing. But in his music, we do mourn that sadness. So we're not going to do that today. We're going to do that probably next week. So I'm actually going to play a song for you today. Leslie's not going to sing, and there's just been there's been a lot of death and other a lot of illness that's going on in the world today, and so I wanted to just play a piece that I composed a long time ago for my teacher, my piano teacher. This is a piece that's a tribute to her, because she was a person that all of her memories still lift me up when I'm struggling, even just trying to, even if it's just struggling in everyday life that has nothing to do with music. Music is such a part of my life that I remember her words. I remember our friendship. I remember so many things about our times. I must tell you, Fern was one of those people. I want to say this story real quick. Fern, she was 4'8", 4'9", something like that, and here I am, 6'5", and
5'11".
Yeah, and she'd come up to me and she'd say, "Sean," and I couldn't help but do, "Yes, ma'am," "No, ma'am." She just demanded that respect. Well, everybody always called her Dr. Davidson. And I always called her Dr. Davidson, and I would take private lessons from her after college. And then what would happen is we would talk beforehand and afterhand, and then finally it got to the point where she didn't want to drive. And so she said, "Okay, here's the deal. You're struggling financially." This is when I was in my 20s. "You're struggling financially, so I have a deal for you. You come, I teach you a lesson, and then you drive me to Cafe Olay so I can have a margarita and an enchilada. I'll buy you food, but just as long as I have a driver." And I'm thinking, heck, what a deal!
That's a win-win.
Yeah. So I got lessons every week with a chance to sit with my hero.
Wow.
And have a margarita and Mexican food, and she and I had a great time. Well, one time we're driving up to
I wonder if Oscar Hammerstein and Stephen Sondheim ever did that.
Did that, yeah. Because, Sondheim's teacher was Oscar Hammerstein.
Yeah.
So
he started when he was 10, right?
10.
10,
yeah.
Apprenticing. It's amazing.
It's amazing. Well, Fern and I, she wanted to take lessons. She was in her mid-90s. She's taking lessons, and she was going to give a recital, and she did in her mid-90s. She took lessons from this magnificent teacher who a lot of his students performed at the Van Cliburn competition.
Fort Worth.
Yeah. Yep.
I've been in that
Yeah.
in that suite where they have the piano in the.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. And he lived in Walla Walla, and so she asked me. She said, "If you drive me up, you can take a piano lesson from him, but I need somebody to drive me. Would you be willing to?" I said, "Sure." So we talk all the way there, of course, because that's just her and I, and there was not a moment where we were not laughing or talking. And we get to the hotel room, and I have to tell you, I told this story at her passing, because everybody had such respect and always wished that they could just, find out a little about her, because she had such ideals, and, people held her at such a great, on a throne. And so
that seems intimidating.
Yeah, it does. And so we got out of the car, and she says, "Oh, Sean, I am so embarrassed." I said, "What, Fern? What?" "Well, before we go into the hotel, I've got to tell you something. And I'm just hoping you're not going to be offended, or you're going to not like me." And I said, "What, Fern?" She said, "Well, I was told that my companion, if my companion was a relative, I could get all the rooms half off. So if you don't mind calling me Auntie Fern from now on, I'd appreciate it." So I went from "Yes, ma'am" and Dr. Davidson to Auntie Fern. Anyway, I composed this song for her, and I composed this song for all of those people who have loved ones alive and who've passed, who, as we remember our loved ones, we think about all those wonderful memories, and those memories are those things that help us fly, that help us soar. And, all of our loved ones, they all help us soar in some way. And so this piece is an anthem to all of our loved ones. I want you to keep our friend Leslie in your thoughts and prayers. And she has a friend who is passing from COVID as we speak. And she's been in touch with the family and all, and very, very, very close friend. And so, keep her in your thoughts, keep her in her prayers. And, this is the beauty of having an audience, and we feel so connected with you. And so we share these things with you, and music it has a way of lifting us up through this, and also
it's a healer.
It's a healer, but to heal means that we have to be in touch with those raw emotions. And so,
The song was beautiful, Sean.
Thank you.
So beautiful.
Thank you.
I listened to your beautiful interpretations of the jazz classics, and of course we've worked classical music together, but something that you originate is just a gift, and I thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes. So, well,
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for letting us share with you. And I do hope that you have been thinking about your loved ones and those that you've close to, especially this is a holiday season. It's we do hope that you've had an opportunity to reflect on those that hold you up, that they're
hug your people,
hold
them close.
Yeah, the memories of these people, the memories of these loved ones make us soar, and that's who you are, is because of these wonderful people. So anyway, thank you everybody, and we'll see you next week.
And I will sing.
Yes, she will.
I will sing next week.
She will.
I think we should do this more often. Yes. I hear you're playing. It's so beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. All right.
All right.
Take care.
Good night, and we will see you next week.
See you next week.